Hey everybody, it's GoblinX and welcome back to some more Magic Arena. Today we're going to be playing another Premier Draft of Final Fantasy, my favorite draft format of the year. Without further ado, let's get into the pack one, pick one. Really good pack, mainly off of the quality of the commons here. We have White Auracite, Resentful Revelation, Thunder Magic, and Town Greeter. All of these, arguably one of the best commons in each of their colors. Really premium spells, and they're monocolored, so they leave us pretty open to a bunch of different paths to take. I'm going to go for the White Auracite here. It is my favorite. I love removal plus a mana rock to get towards the big spells, so that's pretty cool. Honestly, the rare Tifa, not the greatest in draft, and the uncommons there are pretty mid as well. So happy to start with one of those commons, and I'll go for the White Auracite to begin this draft. Pick 2, Edgar's pretty narrow, but in the right deck, like the blue-white artifact deck, it's a fine top-end spell, can often draw you quite a few cards in the late game, so Edgar's interesting. I don't think we want to take him this early, though. The alternatives are Ice Magic for really efficient interaction. Garuda's a nice little potential removal spell. In the white deck, you like remove something and then get some flying damage in afterward. So that'd be okay to go with the White Auracite, but I think that Vanille is just enough stronger than the rest of this stuff as a Gravedigger that also mills to make sure that there's something in your grave when you cast her. That we should go off color here for pick 2 and just grab Vanille. Alright, pick 3 is a little awkward because we have incredible cards for either path that we're taking here. White Auracite, just doubling up on the Auracites, we have an incredible start into white as a color. Or we can take X-Death or Town Greeter for great cards for the Golgari deck, which is a good home for Vanille as she mills a bunch of cards. And if we manage to get a Fang as well, we could try to do the Ragnarok thing, which is fun. So this is another kind of season to taste pick. It's too early in the draft to read into signals too much. So it's really just like, where would we rather be set up to end up at? I think I'm just going to take a second White Auracite here because it's possible to play all these together. I guess Town Greeter would also be reasonable for that as well. I think X-Death is my third favorite. Even though it might be the strongest card individually, it's the most restrictive, whereas we could be playing a deck with an Auracite, a Vanille, and a Town Greeter in it, but much less likely an Auracite and an X-Death and a Vanille. Pick 4. Really happy we won the coin flip so far on what we get past pick 4, where the cards for green-black graveyard stuff are not very good. It's probably the ATM, I guess, if we're in that strategy. But the white options are really good. White Mage's Staff, one of the best 2-mana creatures for most of the white aggro decks, but the battle menu as well, being a really flexible piece of late-game removal. That also counts as your early-game 2-mana 2/2 on curve for your decks that need to be aggressive. So I like the battle menu a lot and the staff. I'm going to go for the battle menu here. Although worth noting, there's also the Wyvern here in blue, which is quite good. It's just definitely not an option with the way that we've drafted so far. And there you go. Marlborough would be a perfectly fine Golgari Graveyard card. Greens would be pretty filler. White Auracite would be a beautiful card for any white deck that we're drafting. I am 100% confident that we got onto the right path, diving deeper into white early. So some good luck there with the triple Auracite in pack 1. Best card pick 6 is probably Combat Tutorial as the card draw spell. The rest is just solid on-color filler like Ahriman, Arms, and Seath. The question is Combat Tutorial enough better than Paladin's Arms to take it over the Paladin's Arms that will just almost 100% make the cut? Because we're definitely in white. Unless I end up with like way too many 3-drops, Paladin's Arms is always a solid 3-drop. In my opinion. So I'm going to take the Paladin's Arms over the tutorial here. Really cut white out from the other drafters and take a solid filler spell that is quite unlikely to get cut. Pick 7, there's a green-white dual land to glue our 2 colors together so far, but again, we are not married to green here. You could take Circle of Power as the strongest card, but I like that a lot better in more controlling decks. It should still be nice in black-white. There's plenty of job select equipment that are non-creature spells. I think I'd rather speculate on that as just like the individual strongest card in the pack, rather than taking another Paladin's Arms that early. And then pick 8, I think now I can take another Paladin's Arms because there's really nothing to even speculate on. Garland's the best card, but we're not playing Garland in a deck that's this deep on white. It's like a double off-color multicolored card. Okay, black-white job select equipment. Use these black wizard tokens to just ping off of every creature we play because they're all creatures. I like Greatsword a lot in black-white. We played it in our Traxos deck. That was super fun and super strong. The one awkward part, the one issue about it here is that we're taking it over Revelation, which is really good card draw. But I'm already on 4 great non-creature spells. Fine to take a dip in quality a little bit to take another really, really good creature. That's going to be super synergistic for the archetype. These are both mediocre for the archetype. Black-white doesn't really self-mill, and it's just a bad 2-drop. Overall, the 2-mana equipment, those are all better for this deck. Just take the cat, I guess. Cut more white. Probably not playing Namazu Trader, so I'll speculate there. We might open a really good green or blue rare and then still end up not being a black deck. Marlboro pick 13. Okay. To be a very good green or blue rare, and then last pick Ariman, we get some really solid filler in black in the end there. Choco Comet is a very good card. Probably the best card in this pack, even though there is a great white rare. However, even off of our speculative picks, we never saw like a really good red card to speculate on. So I don't think red is a color we should hop into here, so we are perfectly fine to take the busted on color rare. We want to make sure we grab a bunch of job select equipment to go with it, so we have plenty of artifacts to make this as big as possible, but it can often be super, super big. If we're very lucky, we wheel White Mage's Staff. If we're still somewhat lucky, but not that insanely lucky, Black Mage's Rod would be a good addition to the deck as well. Really don't have a lot of 2-mana creatures right now, so Undercity Dire-Rat's a perfectly playable option. I really would prefer all of the 2-mana equipment to be Black Mage's Rod and White Mage's Staffs. But that can't always happen. They're not always going to get opened up. So because we still need critical mass of 2-drops, I don't think it's crazy to take the rat. The other option here is the cat that I like a lot with an equipment-heavy deck like this. It's great at wearing the equipment, and often just a 3/3 Flying Vigilance for 3. That's pretty absurd. The Garuda's good too when you're on the defensive. I think we were going to have enough removal to not need it. I'm going to go for the rat there. I do think the 2-drops are really important. Although there's the Rod, which I will now easily take here over Demon Wall, I guess. Paladin's Arms, copy 3. Rufus Shinra. On color, signpost uncommon. It's honestly not the craziest signpost uncommon ever. It's just fine. Get that Dark Star. There's not a lot of really good sack synergies to go with them, and even if you find them, you have to be able to consistently attack with Rufus without him dying. So Zach might even just be the better card, even when we are black-white. Consistently great, protecting your best, scariest threat later. Just good on curve. Rufus is certainly the cooler card that we have less opportunities to play with. I think Zach's just more consistent, and it's at a better spot on our mana curve here. I'm going to go Zach. Now we'll take Black Mage's Rod over a cat. Probably only want 1 or 2 copies of this, again with our good clump of 3s already. But I want as many Black Mage's Rods and White Mage Staffs as I can get. If I get enough of them, we get to start cutting these fleshy creatures. Pick 6, Phantom Train's fine in the archetype. Very good if we had taken Rufus. That's like the one Wamo combo there. But solid for this deck regardless. Okay, we'll just get a different Rufus. See? And now we don't get Legend rolled for taking 2 of them. That's pretty funny. Probably cutting Ariman here. Hoping to cut Coral and Rats. Everything else looks like it makes the cut right now. If we can find the Gabranth, that'll be awesome. Just rare drafting gems on that one. But Gabranth is the 2-mana 2/2 menace that gets bigger every time something dies. That card is just sick with Greatsword. What else would be sick with Greatsword would be if we could find the Dragoon's Lance, the 2-mana 2/1 flying equipment. That'd be really sick. Flying Menace that early in the game. Or not Flying Menace, just Flying 5 power that early. We wheel the Garuda anyway, so pretty happy I didn't take that earlier. Wheel of Paladin's Arms are an inspiration. None of our cards make more than 1 creature off one. I guess Shinra technically, but it's taking their Paladin's Arms. Alright, we wheel the Shinra. We are definitely the only black-white player. That was the other part. I don't remember if I said it out loud, but you might have seen me like scrolling over and trying to like count cards a little bit there while I was speaking. I was like, is there a possibility of wheeling this? Was another thing going on in my head. Like, there's no possibility of wheeling Zach, but there was a slight possibility of wheeling Shinra for the only black-white player. And it happened. So that's cool. Factory pick 1, Magitech Armor, solid for the deck, giving us 2 different pieces of cardboard, 2 different rectangles off of 1 card. That is something that this deck likes with the Phantom Train style combos and the Ariman style cards. Actually, Ariman looks more exciting for this deck than I thought, because now that I'm thinking of that, just all of our creatures being like a creature plus an equipment, giving us 2 little bricks to sacrifice. Yeah, we'll take Magitech Armor here for the same reason. Get multiple rectangles out. Slasher Light, fine here. A lot of our creatures are equipment. We have 8 equipment creatures, so this will be a lot of damage for cheap. The other options are Demon Wall and Ash. If we can get the attacks off with Ash, she'll be good. We got 13 artifacts in here right now, but very low toughness. It can be difficult to get the Ash swings in, but you get in the position where you can, and she is great. I guess these cards are both narrow in their own way. I think I'd rather take Slash on just triple Orisight, and that's it for removal right now. I'd rather take Slash. Okay. This pack doesn't have anything for us, so I'm going to take 20 gems. Well, this is our deck right now, by the way. 23 cards, 17 lands. This is it. I don't mind another Marlboro. Cut a 3-drop. I could play Hectize over Monk's Fist. That's another really nice swap we can make, but I think I like having a second Marlboro and hoping that we find one more Rod or White Mage's Staff instead of a Hectize. I think that'd be better for this deck. Marlboro is just big, beefy Hectize. That's better, right? Okay, Albed Salvagers is pretty nice in this kind of deck, too. Take that. Got a Monk's Fist and a second Rufus so I don't get Legend Ruled. Could be the thing. Curve is definitely 3-drop heavy, but I'm liking the look of this. Triple White Orisight makes Crystal's Chosen not an unreasonable mana value at all. 3 mana rocks in this deck and 2 Swamp Cyclers. Yeah, that's a good top-end finisher. I'll play that. Got our 3rd Paladin's Arms, probably. Actually, might drop the Ariman. Gilgamesh. Coming another red equipment deck. Let's take a Dire Rat. That I will play. And now I'll cut a Paladin's Arms. Now we fill out the sideboard with stuff we will not be playing. We have a nice streamlined black-white aggro deck again. Cool stuff. Yeah, I'm just going to call it a deck right there. Slap basics in there. And hop right from the drafting into the gameplay today. Be a quick one. Alright, I decided with a 6 and a 7 in here to cut the second Marlboro and put the second Shinra back in. Some more fun with Rufus. But other than that, no deck building. Get into the gameplay. Alright, here we are on the play for game 1. Definitely need to draw land, but if we hit 1 land, then the majority of the hand is castable. Oh no. First draws another spell. It is another 3 mana play, so any land gets us to everything in the hand, except Arsenal. But having a really good time if we draw the land here, and a really bad one if we don't. And of course we don't. We have failed the first 2 coin flips. Shall I fail 3 in a row? Or will we find the land turn 3? Sorry, turn 4. Draw number 3. Well, what are you going to do? This is a very rough start. That would have been a very good start had we drawn the land. Yeah, I don't think you can justify mulliganing this. These things just happen. 15 lands and a Marlboro we could have drawn by now. might do us in. We are 4 for 4 on non-land draws. We're against Sultai, which is a rampy, slower deck that tends to have very explosive late game. The kind of deck we want to just be aggressive and beat in the early game, which is not a possibility now. They exiled 3 non-lands, luckily, off of the Marlborough, but I don't think it matters. They have astronomical amount of pressure on board, and we have absolutely nothing to do for counterattacks here. Finally found the land as our 5th draw of the game. Honestly, only because they managed to exile 3 spells off the top for us. Gives us the best shot here. Honestly, I'm not even sure. Probably Greatsword is the highest power creature to actually be able to hold Marlborough back. We can block with Greatsword plus Dire Rat to kill it. We're just fully on the defense here. But they can just like move the bow to the Wyvern and hit for 4 a turn. We're dead pretty quick that way. They got the Sleep Magic for the Greatsworded creature anyway to get Marlborough in. You kind of just got me here. So 2 artifacts on board after sacking a treasure, so that's 3 total, making this a 7/7. Holds these off if they don't have more removal. The other option's to Aura Sight, but then I'm getting hit pretty hard. 4/4's coming in, 3/3's coming in, 2 in the sky. Pray for no removal here. It's the best we have, I believe. I don't think I can afford the life payment of moving. I could go to 8 to have a 5 power blocker there. That threatens to trade in a Sentinel. But then I'm at 8. If they remove this, I have to just chump Marlborough anyway. Right? Because I'm at 8. Chump there, take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm just dead if I move this and then they have 1 removal spell. And if they don't have 1 removal spell, then I don't need to move that. Because the 7/7 already stops the ground creatures. Okay. Now we stop the flyer with Aura Sight, but they're about to have a 7/7 of their own, but now the Aura Sight makes sure that our Arsenal is in fact 8/8 against the Shoepuff. So they have to go activate plus draw a land here. I could kill the Shoepuff instead of the Wyvern. With no flyers in hand, I'm not sure I can afford to do that. I probably need to just start chumping Shoepuff every turn. Because that's the other thing. They can activate Shoepuff and put the bow on it later. But I do have more artifacts in my hand, so... at least moderately likely to get Arsenal bigger than whatever their ground creature is. Oh. Incredible draws, incredible. Never mind. Well, we did what we could there, but that's Magic for you. Just really bad land draws. We'll take that, and we're 0-1 heading into game 2. Alright, here we are for game 2 with a 3-land opener this time. Means far less risk getting us started. Everything but the Arsenal is castable already, no matter what we draw. First draw is another 3-drop. Our deck does have quite a few of them. It's like 6 or 7. Six 3-drops. 5 2-drops and a 1-drop is the curve. It's basically 6 at 2 or less and 6 at 3. And then, you know, teetering off as we get to higher mana values. Lead with the 3 toughness card here. Try to blank that rat. Big sturdy merchant. Great sword here. 6 power, kills both if they double block. Plus I have Zack's ability as well if I want to lose Zack instead of the salvagers. This looks great. Oh, it's not 6 power. It's 6 power if I sack Zack. 5 naturally. So if they double block, obviously we will sack. Alright. Trade Zack into those two. Probably have some removal spell kill salvagers here, which means they don't play another creature next turn. They can't use Cornered by Black Mages, we've got the token for that. It's gotta be Sephiroth's Intervention. I guess Vane's Treachery if they sack this treasure. Let them kill this and then play an even bigger threat after they deal with it. Yep. To be fair, because the arsenal's equipment, even if they knew the arsenal was coming, it's definitely better to kill the salvagers. It's just like we're getting them here or anything. Because underneath the arsenal is technically just a 1/1. We can make any of our creatures an 8/5 right now. Then even worse next turn once the Paladin's Arms comes down. Or even better, depending on what side of the table you're on. Shiva to stun that. Just move everything over. Sure. Stop shooting myself as much here. That was actually a turn where I finally was pretty interested in drawing another land. Actually, I don't think I've missed a land drop. I think if I hit a land there, I could only have 6 on board. If I could have had 7 on board, that would have been nice. I don't think there was a way for that. So I could cast this and move Arsenal. She was getting in. Playing another blocker then? Stop the 4/1? No. Just letting the 4/1 in. Does let them draw another card. With them at 13, I think we do want to do that. Play this first with more mana up. I guess it doesn't matter. If they have a Syncopate, they could counter it. Whether I have 0 up or 3 up, they could Syncopate for like 6. Could matter if they have the counter for the number of cards in your grave one. They'd have to surveil more cards into the grave on that. Alright, draw your 2 cards. They have the tap removal. Card's really good with Shiva. Stuck in Summoner Sanctum on Rufus here to draw 3. Okay, Sephiroth's Intervention, fair enough. No extra draw, but Rufus is gone. Side quest Hunt Mark is a fantastic card. Destroy a creature, get a treasure. Once they have 3 treasures, they get another blocker up. Because they get treasures for every creature they blow up. 1 mana from... Oh no, this is 4 to equip, not 5. Okay, so I do have the mana to equip plus Rat. Equip the Ward card. Okay. They didn't have extra removal, and so Arsenal takes it, and we are 1-1 now, heading into game 3. Here we are on the play for game 3. It's another risky 2-color opener. I mean, I wouldn't have called our game 1 opener risky until we missed 5 land draws, but this one I think I would call risky, period, because it doesn't have a white source in the opener either, but it has 2 castable spells no matter what, and any 2 lands gets to circle the power as well. We hit a white source and we're living the dream. I'm going to take a genuine risk on this hand. Blazing Bomb starts them off. It's the white source, but it's tapped, so let's go double 2-drop black spell in a row and play the tap land on 3. Make sure we're casting a spell every turn. Sahagin. Sahagin. Too sturdy. Too sturdy. Bomb trades into our Rod token, which is a trade up for us a tiny bit. We keep an equipment, but they lose the card entirely. They are not trading bomb into the Rod, fair enough. Alright, we hit that Circle of Power mana. I like running this out before anymore. Non-creature spells, get a nice lifelink swing off of our mage they let us keep. We trade up into the full-on 1/3. Let's go. Fully turtled up over there. Stuck on mana a little bit. A rat. Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt the rat. Got a counter for this too? I'm just gonna double removal a rat, because it's also not bad. Double removal a rat, okay. You got it. It's a very dead rat. Another elder. Take 2, down to 17. It's their worst nightmare. A rat. I'm gonna miss out on 1 point of damage here to just get this Paladin's Arms down before I move a Rod. That Summoning Sickness out of there. They cannot find that 4th mana. Kind of want to hold up Slash during combat here, but then armor post-combat. Stop killing my rats. Why the rats? They are bigger than the 1/1s. They're 2/2s. And the rat catcher over there. Alright, oh, it still has the ability to ping my opponent, I believe. Yep. Still get that armor ping. Boop boop. Little did they know my rat is a wizard. Still accomplishing stuff. They finally made it to 4 mana, and here comes Call the Mountain Chocobo to be at a bajillion million mana. Got the slash for that Sahag. I'm gonna have to wait till our next turn. Whew. I don't have the mana to equip that. Ooh, I wish I did. I wish I did. There's probably token for Chocobo here. Gonna chump? Sure. Ping ping. Mega threat. And slash slot. Ping ping. Card collection. Double ping, draw a few cards. Try to find some bounce spells for our tokens. Stop our arsenal from killing them here. But they've got 3 chumps minimum, so it'll take a while for it to do so. Discard a Tella, discard a Call the Mountain Chocobo. It passed to us. Oh, it's actually active now. That's pretty scary at 9. Garuda can blow up whatever they use to crew the card. So Garuda can blow up the bomb here, which is nice. I don't even know if they are going to crew the card. We attack like this, though. Okay. Got them to 1. Is there 1 non-creature spell from dying? They're going to try to kill us on the crackback somehow? Is there anything I can do to have a better defensive position? Not particularly. Alright, they might combo us out. I guess we just play a flying blocker. Just gonna get like double lightning bolted or something. Choco Comet hits us for 6. As X equals 4 plus the double wizard. Okay. Down to 7. Flying on the magic card. They put us to 3 and then we're dead to any burn to face. I believe this is chump. They're dead to any non-creature spell off the top, and a lot of our creatures are equipment. There you go. That is a 2-1 now, heading into game 4. All right, here we are for game number 4. On the draw on this one, we are 2-1 here. Solid start and a solid opening hand to this game. They play a very good rare, though. Astrologian's Planisphere gets a +1/+1 counter on the equipped creature every time they cast any non-creature spell. That is not good for us. I'm going to lead with the Black Mage's Rod in case I draw a 3-mana non-creature spell I want to play. Get our maximum ping damage here. They're blue, red, and white. The old style on these lands is pretty cool, but I can never tell what colors our opponent are unless I highlight them. Shantoro. Okay. We're having a bad time. That's for sure. I'm going to threaten a combat trick here. 2 free damage. We take those. We drop Undercity Dire Rat. This is a really, really good signpost uncommon here. Every time they cast a mana value 4 or greater non-creature spell, they draw a card, and +4 power to Shintaro, obviously. Wyvern. If we hit the land there, we would have like astronomically punished them for that weird Shantaro attack. It's just deal 4. Goodbye. So that's disappointing to miss. We obviously really wanted that rat to die there, but unfortunately, after making them think we had a combat trick last turn, they're definitely not blocking the rat there. Alright, they're at 4 mana now. There's Retrieve the Esper, very, very strong on this board. +1/+1 counter on the Planisphere. Draw a card off Shintaro. More card draw later. Unless we kill her, and they give us the opportunity to kill her there, so that is the choice. Exile the Planisphere. We are just miles behind in card advantage. But Shintaro and Planisphere both can single-handedly just run away with the game if we leave them unchecked. So we don't have great options there. Lionheart, yet another 2-for-1. Blow up a creature, keep an equipment around. I don't have anything big enough for this battle menu, so let's just block the 1/1. Get a free kill there, and still have a 2/2 to threaten their 2/2 later. Down to 8 already. Play Oracite and equip, or I can just play Garud on somebody. So I don't think the equip is that valuable here. The extra toughness this could give the warrior makes me tempted to kill just the ground creature for now, and then Oracite the flyer later. I think basically our only shot here is if we find our crystals chosen. The like 4-for-1 make 4 creatures off of 1 spell. They just had such a fantastic first 2 plays, Planisphere and Shintaro. We could draw every Oracite in the universe, and that's not terribly bad. They're at 15 here, though, and we're at 8, so I still don't really feel like I can push any damage. Even going for an Oracite. Guess I will. Garuda's gonna die anyway, so I'm more than happy to hold it as a blocker. I mean, if I don't die on the crackback and they have nothing here, I might get a 2-turn kill. So you hit for 7. They go to 8. This is then a 4 power flyer again. 4, 5, 6, 7 off the double ping there. 8, 9 off the double ping there. Might be our only chance is if they have literally nothing, but I'm pretty sure they missed a land draw at some point. So it's like all spells. 4, 5, 6 damage on the crackback. We die to like lightning bolt. But that's a bonus sheet card, so not super likely. Die to Choco Comet. I super die to Choco Comet no matter what. I'll just see if I can cheese a 2-turn kill for lucky. Oh, it actually doesn't even work because I can't like equip the rod and play both of these. Maybe get them low enough that I can send it in the sky again with the Knight token, and then over time get Black Mage's Rod pings for lethal, because I'm playing 2... Next turn I can play 2 blockers and a removal spell, if we don't die right now. Okay, just got Choco Comet. Yeah, Choco Comet kills us no matter what. Just like the third 2-for-1 at minimum. Yep. That is indeed gross. Delivery Moogle. Opponent's deck is just all S tier mythic uncommons. Choco Comet, Moogle, and Shantado. And then the one rare as well. That was quite good. Yeah, other card quality just through the roof. We just can't win that game. Alright, here we are for game number 5. We're 2-2 right now, teetering on the edge of defeat. We lose this game, and that will be a loss of a run. They got the blitzball shot here. Ooh, they don't. Feel like off of that one play, our odds of losing this game dropped at least 10%. I think we're like 60-40 favored already. If you can get a 2-for-1 off battle menu, especially on like a great card like Sausage Chocobo, it's just an excellent start to a game. Very far ahead on board and in card advantage. They got no interaction for Rufus, so get that extra token. I guess I double Black Mage's Rod pre-Circle of Power here for the extra pings and the highest amount of damage output for next turn. Cheapest board wipe they can have in green-white is 5 mana, and they'll already be dead by then. Because... watch this. Ooh. And they're not literally dead, but the board wipe certainly does not save them here. Albed Salvagers left over. Maybe I should have held Zac as well. Because then if they have the board wipe, then I just go Salvagers Zac and then sack the Zac. They're at 0. It's that easy. I'm just going to flip a coin. Get a treasure. Fire magic, 2 damage to everybody. Off the treasure token. Poison the waters, -1/-1 does not get them there. And that is game. insane start for us on that one. That is 3-2, at least a 50-50 record for this draft. Mono white opening hand, so we don't get to play the turn 2 Dire Rat if we don't draw the right land immediately. If we don't draw the right mana, we're playing a Paladin's Arms on 3 and then just sitting there. We're a 9-9 split, right? We're a 10-8 split. Take the mulligan on that. Keep this one. Ditch Malmero. Mono white so far from our opponent. They start with Dwarven Castle Guard, which is pretty good against the Paladin's Arms. Surprised they attacked there. The trade into the staff's a lot better than the trade into the guard. I guess it's still enough to probably hold us off. Ooh, yeah, if we draw salvagers, can wait to make more profitable trades by having the salvagers on the board. Delivery Moogle. You find your Goons Lance for it? No, just a bunch of White Mage's staffs. This is actually looking pretty bad for us right now. They can't deal with salvagers, that's our best play by a lot. Holding off the ground creatures here. Starting to threaten the life drain. Oh my god. They're on all spells, by the way. Haven't drawn any lands there. That'll do it. Exile removal was the only way for them to not... Or, the only way for them to kill us here. Because if they just blew it up, we would have gained one. Rough stuff. Yeah, just all spells, great aggro start. We're on 7 lands that early. They just have too much action for us to survive there. I could have played it more defensive. I was trying to get some chip damage in there so that I could work on working my way towards the counterattack with salvagers. But I think even like playing it defensively at that rate, how things went, was not going our way. So, bummer. That'll be 3-3. Just an average record this time around. But as we said in the other drafts, we have not done worse than a 3-3 here. We had multiple 7 wins in a row, a 6 win, a 5 win. So the overall record for Final Fantasy is still doing great. Still way above like 60% win rate, somewhere up there. So bummer of a draft today. 3-3, basically a losing run with how well we've been doing on average. But I think this deck was quite good. I think this deck was capable of much more. We just did not really get there. We didn't draw like it for sure. Our very first loss was the roughest one of all of them. The fact that we started with both of our colors on a 2-lander and just drew no lands for 5 turns in a row. Like, just a completely free loss there. That was pretty brutal. Third game of Magic, they just had too much action. We had too many spells. And the second loss, they just had a bunch of really great 2-for-1s. Yeah, there's nothing astronomically wrong with this deck. Maybe the biggest issue is that there's nothing really good going for it. Arsenal is the best thing going for this deck. It has 1 solid bomb. Whereas this is an explosive enough format that might be a little bit lower than average. I don't know. We had some really powerful things that this deck was capable of that we just never drew into, like Crystal's Chosen. A lot of those games, we had more than enough mana for that, and that would be a huge swing in our favor in the end game. I think that was the main thing that we never got to do. Never got to try the Phantom Train stuff. That also would have been pretty good. Blocks as a 5/5 trample basically immediately. And then threatens huge swings out of nowhere. Right? Like if you attack with this thing and then they just don't block it, you could sack the rest of your board after they don't block it to just finish them off. So Phantom Train is another really good one we never got to play around with. I think being on the draw in some pivotal matchups also hurt us quite a bit. I believe that final game we were on the draw against that great aggro curve out from Boros, which will happen. All right, 3-3, but again, looking at the deck list, nothing severely wrong with it, just nothing super great going for it, so probably a 4-3 or 5-3 on average. A little bit unlucky here to pull it down to the 3-3, but it is what it is. Some of our other decks have gotten very lucky to go up to where they did, so gotta take the lower luck runs as well. But that is gonna end today's video. As always, I'd like to thank my patrons and YouTube members for their support, as well as you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it and you're interested in seeing some more, you can always like, comment, and subscribe to tell the YouTube algorithm to send some more in your recommended feed. If you'd like to catch me live, and check out the Twitch channel in the link in the description below. And if you'd like to support the channel directly, you can check out the Patreon link in the description below. But other than that, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for some more Magic Arena.